Whatever your goals and dreams are, don't be afraid to go after them. It's never too late.
And I don't know that Chatt Tech understands the impact that they make on people's lives, but they do.
There is no such thing as an ideal candidate for the carpentry program. Oftentimes what we see is students will start the program with zero prior knowledge of tools or building practices, and then they'll go on to have successful careers in commercial and residential construction.
98.7 Chatt Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career. Today, we'll be talking to current and former students, faculty, and a local recruiter about the carpentry program. We'll learn more about how students can hammer out the details and build a career they love.
My name is Elle Lawton, and I'm in the carpentry program at Chatt Tech.
What interested you about the carpentry program?
I want to take steel containers and I want to make them beautiful. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. I want to take a box and I want to make them beautiful. Chatt Tech is going to teach me how to do that. And I'm going to make affordable homes for women.
Hi, my name is Darius Wilson. I am a graduate of the Carpentry and Construction program at Chatt Tech, and I am now a year 2 carpenter with Annie Johnson.
Darius, what about you? Why did you choose carpentry?
It's ultimately my desire to want to be in construction. When I used to be in high school, I had a love for construction. I was always fond of, buildings and putting things together. And so that's what ultimately led me back to it, going to Chatt Tech. It was just ultimately my love for it.
My name is Marcy Smith, and I'm the Dean of Business and Technical Studies at Chattahoochee Tech. So our carpentry program has a couple of options for students. One option is a short certificate. It's 3 courses. It's called Certified Construction Worker. And what students learn in that certificate is an overview of building practices. They learn tools and safety, and they learn print reading fundamentals. And that's a great place for a person to start who wants to go work in the construction industry. Then we also offer the Carpentry Diploma. Carpentry Diploma provides a wide variety of courses around building of structures. And so they're going to learn site layout and footings. They're going to learn interior and exterior finishes. They're going to learn framing and all of that sort of thing.
Thanks, Marcy.
I'm David Mazzata. I'm the lead instructor at Chattahoochee Tech for the carpentry program. For most of my adult life, I was an infantryman in the Army. I got out in 2018 and I knew what I wanted to work with my hands. The carpentry program at Chattahoochee Tech was a no-brainer. So I'm a graduate of the program, a small business owner, and now I have the best job on earth. I get to teach what I'm passionate about.
What makes a good candidate for the carpentry program at Chatt Tech?
There is no such thing as an ideal candidate for the carpentry program. Oftentimes what we see is students will start the program with zero prior knowledge of tools or building practices, and then they'll go on to have successful careers in commercial and residential construction. That being said, if you enjoy working with your hands, if you enjoy working in an oftentimes high-pressure environment, if you get a sense of accomplishment from a completed project, this is the program for you.
Now, David, it seems like carpentry is something that may be challenging to learn in the classroom. Do students get a lot of hands-on time?
So the carpentry program capitalizes on hands-on time. This is obviously a very active career field, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in, is how much workshop time we get in the carpentry program. So obviously, the book stuff is important. We do spend some time in the classroom going through a textbook, learning safety precautions, tools, wall framing, how close together studs need to be to make it structurally sound. Then we're going to move into the workshop, and we're going to use what we have learned through our textbook, and we're going to put that together into a shed. That is the project right now. We're going to build a 10 by 12 shed, and that means foundation, walls, roofs, cover it up, make it pretty, and that's going to cover everything that we need to do in a residential construction setting.
Okay. What are some of the tools that students get to use?
Tools in the carpentry program, you've got every tool that you can imagine. Hand tools, power tools, pneumatic tools.
Okay, this may take a while, and I don't want to mess up his rhythm. We'll check back in. Marcy, what's the lab experience like for students?
We have a lab on our Appalachian campus where students put their hands on all of those things. So they are actually building buildings within that building. And then they tear them down and they build something else. So they're getting all of that experience in a real life sort of setting. So they're doing it, and then the instructor's there to give feedback. Did you think about this? This was the wrong tool, that sort of thing. So it's a really great kind of hands-on program for somebody who's interested in building, but is really a hands-on.
Building a building in a building, only to tear it down? It sounds a lot like my second grade AP Lego class. Let's check back in with lead instructor David, who's been covering all the tools that students
Kind of
use.
saw is used for certain applications. We'll go over saw curve, how thick your cuts are going to be. Pneumatic tools, how important those are to framing a house. Circular saws, miter saws, table saws, fasteners, you name it, we got it.
Yeah, I think you covered everything, David. Let's talk about jobs. Does Chatt Tech help place graduates?
That is a priority for this program, is creating a pipeline to good careers. And so former students have gone on to work for well-established commercial construction companies around Atlanta, doing steel framing, drywall, companies that have lasted the test of time and offer fantastic benefits and pay for skilled labor. Particularly, Anning & Johnson out of Atlanta has hired 4 students of this program, and those students came in with various degrees of knowledge, of skill set, and 2 of them I know came in with very, very little experience. And this company hired them on immediately completing the program at a higher pay than if they were to just walk off the street. And they are now doing layouts for that company on a fast track to being foreman. Graduates can expect to find jobs in a huge range of industries. This is a very robust job. By some estimates, the U.S. is more than 3 million homes short of the demand. And since 2018, the metro Atlanta area has grown about 2% per year, driving demand for skilled labor. So the sky is kind of the limit with the skill set this program offers and the job opportunities that come with it.
My name is Edwin Parra. I'm with Anning Johnson Company. We're a nationwide specialty contractor, also known as the drywall subcontractor. We've been in business since 1940. Our original office was opened in Chicago, Illinois in 1940. We opened our Atlanta office in 1948. And today we have 8 offices across the U.S.
But this program isn't just about carpentry in terms of wood, right? I hear there's more to it.
There's definitely more to carpentry than just working with wood. We specifically work in metal stud framing, acoustic ceiling installation, which uses all the same fundamentals of what we know as residential carpentry or construction, same measurements, similar tools, materials, equipment, etc.
Thanks, Edwin. Are there any advantages to hiring a Chatt Tech carpentry grad over somebody without the degree?
Sure. So we've actually started working with programs like the construction program there at Chattahoochee Tech about 10 years ago. And what we found was that individuals that may have not had any previous on-the-job construction experience, they still provided a lot of value to us on the projects by the safety training and safety credentials that they earned there at programs like you have at Chattahoochee Tech. What that equated to was, well, quite simple, almost eliminating our biggest risk hazard. In construction, 70% of the accidents that happen on a job site occur with individuals that are new to the industry. Over the last 10 years that we've been recruiting out of programs like the programs there at Chatt Tech, we've had 0 recordable injuries from students that have come out of programs at Chatt Tech and other programs similar to that. So literally that helped, obviously reduce liability, increase production, reduce turnover. So it was just a win-win across the board for us. And then it also created a lot more opportunity for young people entering the industry coming out of programs like that. Once companies like ours and other companies started to realize the value that students were bringing coming out of these programs, it really created more awareness in the industry to talent from these programs.
So Darius, as a former student, is there money to be made from a carpentry degree?
I'll say there is money to be made. A lot of things factor into it: experience, what company you with, your level of expertise. For me, being with the company that I'm with, going on 2 years, I've already had over 4 pay raises, and then also being a union carpenter, that plays into it as well. So yeah, there's money out there. If you want it, you'll go get it.
What about an employer's point of view on career growth, Edwin?
So we usually take individuals out of programs like the construction program at Chatt Tech. We start them out in an entry-level role as a laborer. In that role, they're able to be exposed to all the different types of tools, materials, equipment on the job site without really having to have the knowledge. So there's a little less pressure coming on board initially without that previous experience. But it allows you the opportunity to learn those things from the ground up. It also allows us the opportunity to evaluate you. And if we see that the person has potential to grow, they have the opportunity to join our apprenticeship program. Once they join those apprenticeship programs, they're eligible for raises every 6 months their first 2 years. At this time, typically people coming out of programs like this will generally start around $17 an hour. If they didn't go to programs like this, they probably start between $15 and $16 an hour, depending on their experience. So literally just taking a few courses at a school like Chatt Tech can increase their earning potential from day one, even though they don't have specific experience or on-the-job training just yet. The first year, it's $1 raise every 6 months. The second year, it's $1.50 raise every 6 months. So they can go, from $17 an hour to $22 an hour within their first 2 years and learn the fundamentals of commercial carpentry.
Is there anything else to add? I just want to make sure I saw everything.
I'll just say to whoever hears this, whatever your goals and dreams are, don't be afraid to go after them. I never thought I would be back in college or in school, and I went back at the age of 30 because I knew that there was more to life for me, than what I was doing at that present time. Go after your goals, go after your dreams, and don't let nothing and no one stop you. And yes, you're gonna have bumps and hiccups along the way, but hey, it's all a lesson. It's all a lesson.
I don't know that Chatt Tech understands the impact that they make on people's lives, but they do. But it's not just Chatt Tech as a big building or the multiple buildings. It's the people in those buildings that make those moments happen. It's every single person is important. Every single day you show up is important. You're making a difference in somebody's life.
Elle, it sounds like you really hit the nail on the head. Okay, I'll stop now. For more information about the carpentry program at Chattahoochee Tech, visit chattahoocheetech.edu. Thanks for listening to 98.7 Chatt Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.